going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing an album review of NF The Search. We're probably going to be a little biased just because we're huge fans of NF, but hopefully we keep it pretty relatable to everybody. So the album starts off with The Search. He released this back in May, the end of May. Basically, he's just talking about. We'll hear what you gotta say first.
So, The Search, when it came out, it's like replacing the intros. It was like the new type of intro. I mean, it was an intro type song. And I honestly like it better than some of the other intros.
Not me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think when it comes to intros, intro 2 is my favorite intro, and then intro 3. Intro 3 doesn't
polar opposite from you.
Intro 3 doesn't gain that static or whatever. It just kind of stays.
Intro 3?
Yeah, there's no big beat drop or anything.
What do you?
He raises his voice a little
Bro,
bit.
no.
If you look at intro 2,
Dude.
intro 2.
You're on something.
saying.
It starts out with a gentle piano of him talking, and then he's literally screaming.
Anyway, The Search definitely has the beat drops, 0 to 100, Lotto 100. When The Search came out, I was hyped.
No, we heard that in the car together. As soon as it dropped, we were coming back from work.
So hyped, and I was like, when's the next one gonna drop? I was ready for this album. But so anyway, The Search, title name, album name, it's all about searching.
He's basically
for something
explaining.
new.
He's basically explaining what the album is, essentially.
And I remember what he was like, wrote a song about change, you should play it. And we were sitting there, thought he already wrote the song.
Yeah,
was there a song about
what
change?
song did he write about
And
change?
then he released the album track list, and we saw changes on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go to the next one. Leave Me Alone.
So Leave Me Alone. I watched The Search music video like 5 or 6 times, but I only watched Leave Me Alone once, and I didn't really understand it. I know it goes along with there's so many things in the music video I didn't understand, like what all the people were doing, what the white clothes resembles, and then at the end of the video he handed the guy in a white suit reaching out and handing him off the balloons, and only thing I can assume is those were his burdens.
I thought in this album too he was gonna switch up, because remember his Twitter picture changed to him in all white. I thought in one of these music videos he was gonna wear all his white clothes and stuff, and I thought it was gonna change. I thought that was gonna be something huge. You go to a concert, he's wearing white now, nothing black. But it seems like Leave Me Alone was the last music video he made for the album, and he wasn't in the white clothes yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why he took a picture in all white clothes and put it as his profile pictures, but that's what I thought. But yeah, when I watched the Leave Me Alone, it was kind of weird too. Probably have to watch it a little bit more to really understand it.
Yeah.
But it was a good song.
Yeah. Basically, he's basically talking to Fame and saying leave me alone. He doesn't like it. That's essentially the whole point of the song.
Yeah, I think my favorite parts were whenever the beginning where he screams hey.
Yeah,
just
that
was a favorite part right there.
Yeah,
Before he even started, I'm just like,
when he screamed hey. Whenever I did my reaction to it, it caught me off guard because it was gentle piano and then it was hey. Leave me alone. And then this is actually probably my favorite part of the song is when he's like quiet.
Yeah.
Hey,
the chorus.
Yeah.
The chorus is definitely a favorite.
Yeah, I like that. But alright, on the next song, Change. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite songs on the album just because it reminds me of Sail, as we were talking about the other day. Sail by Owls or whatever.
Butchered that name. What'd you say? I can't even repeat it.
I don't know. I don't remember the name. Ailswall or something.
Stop saying it. Just stop.
Anyway,
the song Sail. Y'all know it.
Keep it down in here.
Sail.
Yeah, anyway, everyone knows the song Sail.
Yeah.
It does remind me of that. And yeah, I mean, what it says, change is all about he's feeling sad, going through his life. Man, he wants change. I mean, pretty straightforward song, what it's about. It sounds really good.
Mm-hmm. He wants change, but he's still not able to get it, but he wants it. All right, My Stress. This is one of the songs I'm kind of iffy on. Still love it just because it's NF, but
10 out of 10.
it's instantly 10 out of 10, but I don't like it. No, I do like it. It's just one of my, I don't know. I don't like the beat of it, I guess. The beat kind of dictates how well I like a song, or how the beat sounds, basically.
Yeah, see, I'm like opposite. Really like the chorus, his vocals on it. When we first heard it, we were like, is that auto-tune?
Yeah.
I mean, it might be a little bit. The more I listen to it, though, it really just hears voice.
Yeah, I don't think that it was actually auto-tune.
Yeah.
It just sounded like that in our reaction, but yeah.
Man, good song. All these songs are really straightforward. I mean, the titles of them, except for some of them, but My Stress, about stress, just straight up stress. He wants relief from it. Some days he just doesn't want to talk to people. Yeah, it's probably most days for enough, actually.
Yeah. But same for me, honestly. Today I spent my day sleeping. So, all right, next song, track number 5 is Nate, and Nate is one of my top 4 songs on this album. I just like the whole tone of it. I've never really heard a song about someone rapping to themselves. And he said that G-Eazy made a song like this before. And whenever you told me that, I started thinking, because they were in that room together during that video that got posted, and I wonder if like they talked about that or something. Cause, but I don't know. But yeah, I just like the whole theme of it, talking to himself, and because like the way he does it, he makes it. If you just listen to the lyrics and don't think about him talking to himself, you can think to yourself. Like you can put yourself in that situation.
There's a lot of good points in life and stuff that he talks about. You know, whenever you hit a certain point, you're gonna, people laughing in your face and stuff like this.
And you take a lot of hard hits, and it's
he actually wrote this song. Whenever, I don't know if you saw that video. I was watching it at work. You were there, but I don't know if I showed you. But I forget who posted it. It was like Spotify or someone. I don't know. But they posted it. It was NF talking to the camera, saying at one point, I think last year or the last show of his tour or something like that, he checked himself into like a therapy place for 4 days or whatever, and he was just talking to people there, and he said he came up with the concept of this song, Nate, talking to himself. But I think it's a cool song. Honestly, I really believe that. Listening to this song, I really believe that this man thinks his younger self can like hear him.
Yeah. But alright, track number 6, Time Extended. So glad he put this on the album.
Let's talk about how pointless this is. We listened to it first. I wonder. First of all, we saw the track links before the album even released. We were like going through. It was like, man, there's not any song under 3 minutes or 3 minutes and 30 seconds or something. We're like, this is gonna be a long album. And then we look at time. We're like, why is there time extended? And you'd think there'd be like maybe a little extra verse or something extra in the chorus, but it's literally 9 seconds.
Yeah, it's
9 seconds of an extra loop of the violins in the beginning.
I think the original is like 3:08 and the new one is like 3:18 or something like that. Or the time extended is 3:18, something like that, and it's just an extra loop of the violins.
Yeah, honestly, like someone needs to explain that to us because I have no idea why.
I don't need explaining. I love it. I'm so thankful he did that. Like it honestly saved the whole album.
Yeah. Okay.
But all right, on to the next song, track number 7, Returns. This is possibly one of my favorites on the album.
I don't listen to this when I'm near people, because if I do, I just punch them right in the face. We just be having the happiest conversation, and this comes on, I'm just gonna turn to them and just literally just. What the heck, man? Like,
it doesn't. It's bad if I put this album on shuffle, and I'm driving and this song comes on. I am a threat to everybody on the road. Whenever he goes pow pow pow, like I'm driving by, like a cop could be there. I'm going 85 on a 25, and pow pow pow. It's not good, but the song is amazing. He killed it. It's his best hype song he's made yet.
Oh yes.
He's so lyrical too. There's so many double. There's a word for it. I can't remember. Double something. Starts with
Analogies?
no, not analogies. Double something. But anyway,
Terrible with words.
yeah, I don't know. But great song.
He remember I sent you that one thing today? I didn't catch this until I was looking up Eminem's like subliminal diss to NF in his song The Ringer, and an article popped up on Genius, and they were talking about
Yeah.
the comparison between NF and Eminem.
I remember.
Yeah, and they said that they're calling NF generic, and then in this song Returns, there's a line he says, "I'm generic, you sure?" ? And like as soon as I like saw all that, I was like, oh, that's a straight up shot at the article that NF took. And NF's not the type to. I know people were saying like he dissed
Yeah,
back
so many people are thinking he dissed back
I don't
Eminem,
think
but
he did.
that's not his style. That's not what he's about. He doesn't like putting other people down. So, and plus, like, he's admitted, like, first of all, it comes down to, do you really think Eminem dissed him? Because I think he did.
I honestly do.
Because how well Eminem is with his wording
Mhm.
and how lyrical he is, and how he's got the song Kim. He probably has over half the lyrics are cuss words. So why would he just in that song say NFing Recovery Clone at me instead of just the word?
And when he says Recovery Clone, if you look at his Recovery album, you could honestly compare his Recovery album, not compare him to NF, but like compare the way what those songs were about in that album, and you can kind of compare it to how NF makes some of his songs.
Yeah.
So that's why he said like NFing Recovery Clone to me. So I honestly think he did take a shot at NF. Maybe not a big one. I mean, I'm sure Eminem doesn't hate NF.
But here's the thing: I don't know why Eminem would do that. Why would he have a reason to do that?
I don't know. I don't see
like,
Eminem enough to really understand what's in that.
Because like, I don't know. I mean, as long, I don't know. I just don't. We just need him to diss each other or get on a track together. Like one of the two. But. Alright, anyway, back to the album review. So we got track number 8, which is When I Grow Up. This song came out end of June 20 something, I don't know. And I really like it. It's inspiring. It's basically saying a lot of people are gonna tell you that you can't do something, but if you just keep going through and it's gonna be difficult to do it, but if you just keep pushing and do it, you can end up doing it just like NF did.
Yeah, look at his Moments album to now. He figured it out. He did it some way. I'm sure whenever his friends or people listened to his Moments album when he was back in the No Name, he would say people were just like, not gonna happen, bro. Like,
nope. Nope. You sound like a SoundCloud rapper. Right? There's 30 million of them right now. Okay, track number 9 is Only, featuring Sasha Sloan. This is another one of my favorites on the album because it's a switch up. I'm actually really surprised because Sasha Sloan. Whenever I saw the track list and I immediately looked her up and started listening to some of her music. She has a great voice, so I'm a little confused why he did that high-pitched chipmunk type voice thing on her when he's already got a lot of songs. He's got like probably 3 on this album that have that type thing, and then Let You Down, and I don't know, there's probably a couple others, but it just seemed like kind of a waste of her voice to me. But I don't know.
Still a good song.
I mean, it's still a good song. I really like it just because it's kind of upbeat in a way. The beat to it. The message is kind of.
It's all about being like lonely.
Yeah, lonely and stuff.
How he feels lonely.
But it kind of, I don't know. It's not dark and sad like Trauma or Hate Myself, and Hate Myself is kind of a little upbeat. even though it's
Hidden
a
Song was
dark
upbeat,
song.
but it was really dark.
Yeah. But okay, Let Me Go. This is one of my favorites too. I always forget about it. Whenever
I like how it builds steam throughout the song. He
yeah.
starts off like there's no beat at all. I mean, there's a little bit, there's the bass in the background, but then like
a couple of hi-hats probably.
Yeah, hi-hats come in and stuff, and then he just starts rapping real fast.
Yeah.
And then it like shuts down because of the chorus. Like, let me go, let me go.
Yeah, I like that one. For some reason, every time I listen to the album, I always forget about it. Like I'll be scrolling through to pick my songs to play next, like in order I want to listen to them, and I always forget about it, even though I like it. But interlude, basically 49-second audio of him talking about
basically about Let You Down.
Yeah,
so
about
like
how
he was as big. Like he's saying, if this is it, this is not it. Like he got super big and was making money and all this stuff, and he was like, I was not happy like in that moment. And that's basically a reflection of the album too. That's probably how the album was created, from those feelings he felt being so big and yet not happy.
But next we got Hate Myself. This is probably my second favorite. It's probably tied for second. I don't know. He says a lot of. This is a very, very deep song. It's probably the most. What's the word?
Emotion.
Yeah, kind of emotion and like relatable he's been to us. Like he said he's been in dark places before, but in this he straight up says he's had suicidal thoughts, but he just wants relief. He doesn't want to end his life. He just wants the relief, and I guarantee a lot of people felt that. And personally, I felt that. But deep song. It's a switch up. He did that new thing where kind of end of the song towards it ended, and then he said, "But I can't have it." Yeah, and it kind of it got quiet. And
that part was like when we reacted to that. As soon as that part happened, it was like total sadness in my soul. I was like,
it was sad.
Man. Yeah.
But next we have I Miss the Days. This is a very relatable song. It's one of my favorites too. Probably top 4. But it's just a kind of like throwback song, as in bringing back memories and stuff like that. Good song to listen to. While you're driving. But yeah, next we have No Excuses. This is pretty much just the hype song on the album. It's somewhat lyrical, but it's mainly meant just for like a pump up type.
Yeah, it's one of those songs like
All I Do.
When you go to his concerts, it's just whenever he starts saying No Excuses, everybody's gonna be shouting,
jumping and throwing their arms and saying, repeating it.
But I like it. I mean, the verses.
Yeah, it's a upgraded version of like Grinding and Let You. I mean, not
a lot of songs for me, it really depends on like how the chorus sounds or whatever. And a song like No Excuses is something I won't listen to a whole lot, just because the chorus is just, no excuses. It's just like, yeah. But the verses, I mean, I'd listen to it over, what's the other songs? Like it. All I Do.
All I Do.
100.
I'm on 100.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think I like No Excuses a little bit more than those other ones. Just because the verses are a little bit better, and he has that flow switch. And
because he even says this is getting boring. So, all right, but next we have Like This.
This might be my favorite song.
See, for me, this is probably on the lower end of the scale for me.
I don't know how.
I don't know. I've probably only listened to this song.
I don't know how.
10 times.
The chorus is so good. Like his vocals are so good. The verses are nice and relatable.
It's the beat for me. Like if the beat doesn't click with me, then
it's so good.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's different years, man.
It's Thinking and Like This are probably my 2 least favorite on the album. I mean, I still like them. It's just they're my
Like
least.
This is probably number 1 for me.
All right. Well, we didn't talk about like what it is. You describe it. You listen to it more than I do.
I want to describe it.
Yeah.
So Like This, to me, I can relate it to relationships or whatever. Basically, I mean, the chorus says he's like basically staying in his own way. He says he lies to himself, he can't handle it. And then he says all these things I hold inside, I just can't forget. So for me, it's just like still battling with his demons, making it hard for him to build any type of relationship with someone. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you don't like it, bro. You can relate to the song just like I can.
Yeah. All right,
That sounds good.
Next we have Options. Options is somewhere in the middle. I think it's just because I listened to the teaser so much, it feels like it's an older song to me. But I still really like it. It's got a... It's would you consider it a hype song?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a hype song, but it doesn't... Yeah, definitely. Because of the chorus, too.
Yeah.
It's one of another song, like, you get it in the concert, and you start saying, like, I gotta make it or make it, these are the options, and everyone's gonna be shouting and jumping up and down. So definitely a hype song, definitely, yeah.
And then Why? Haven't listened to it once on this album, but
I overplayed it. It came out way before.
This came
you
out.
didn't even know it was gonna be on this album.
I did not think. I thought it was just a single.
Because like he dropped
He did
No Name, and then the other one.
Why came out at the end of the summer.
No. What was the one before No Name?
There was
for the fans. Literally, he says this one's for the fans. In the beginning.
You're tripping, man. Why would it be on the
Warm
album?
Up.
This was back in between. This was before Therapy session.
That's what I'm saying. This is like we're talking about these type of songs. Like Warm Up comes out.
No, I didn't know. I thought you were talking about. You said the one before that, so I'm thinking in between Perception and Now.
No, I'm just talking about this is one of those songs you didn't think was going to be on the album. It was just going to be a single released after an album releases. He always does that. So like, honestly, you can probably expect like a song in the coming months, like a single when he drops, because he always does it.
He'll probably do it in like September, October.
Yeah, he always does it. So it's always during his tours too.
Mm-hmm. But all right, next we have Thinking. This is another one I really don't.
I mean, I can agree with you on this one, but also it's like it's a nice vibe song.
It just
got
feels
a good message.
Just feels like a filler song to me. Which I mean, it's not really a filler song, but to me personally, like this isn't. I don't listen to this type of music that much. Like it's got a different vibe to it.
It's a straight up just vibe song.
Yeah.
Like his voice stays the same the whole time, beat stays the same. Which I like it. I mean, like I said, I don't think there's a bad song on this album.
Yeah. Alright, next we have Trauma. Trauma is one of my favorites. It's a switch up because he really hasn't made a song like this since Paralyzed, and Paralyzed is
and Goodbye. Goodbye they never released.
He didn't release it, but
yeah, but it's not like that because he just sings straight.
If you guys know what his song Goodbye, is it Goodbye or Goodbyes?
Goodbye. Okay,
his song Goodbye. I don't even know. How did that get leaked? Or it's just search
we came
on
across
YouTube.
it because we were looking for
leaks or something.
And then Moments albums, there were some songs you never heard, and then we found Goodbye, which sounded like a little bit professional. Like, why is this not released? But yeah, if you haven't like heard it, definitely search it. It's on YouTube. It's all over YouTube.
It's really sad.
Yeah,
it's like a breakup song.
Just like Trauma.
It's Trauma. I mean, Trauma's not a breakup song, but
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can relate it a little bit. But also, the true meaning, I think someone pointed out, it was like he was talking to happiness, which I can stand behind that because it does make sense.
Yeah. Like, why don't you love me back? And he's searching for it. And then, last but not least, Time.
Time. We already talked about Time.
No, we just talked about how it's extended.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about Time.
All right, Time dropped. I think it was July 12th. This is another pre-album release. It's a good one.
Time is probably my favorite on the album. It's just I don't listen to it right now just because I've been listening to it and the whole album's out now.
It's definitely not one of my favorites. But it's
whatever, man. You've had your heart broken too many times.
Don't remind me. But
you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Time's the only one that you can really point out what it's about because he's really talking about Bridget. There's another song from Bridget. So it's a straight up relationship song. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I think like out of the whole album of emotional songs, you can really do something about a relationship. The other ones, it's like, what's it talking about? It's joy, it's happiness, a girl, but like Time's straight up about Bridget.
Yeah, it's relatable.
Just about relationship problems, really.
It's just I listen to it a lot, and
exactly. That's what I'm saying though. Like, it's probably my favorite, like one of my favorites, top 2 on the album. I just don't listen to it now as much, just because I gotta listen to the whole album.
If it would have dropped with the album and not a pre-release, I probably would have talked it up more. But just because I feel like it's an older song, I feel like it's like it doesn't seem new to me. So, but all right, now what do we?
Just like last thoughts. So basically,
throw up.
So basically, they had a burp. I mean, compared to other albums, this is probably the darkest.
Oh, for sure.
I think How Could You Leave Us, if that was released on this album, would have made it 10 times darker. I think How Could You Leave Us is a song that fits in with this album.
I don't think so.
Anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely one of his darkest albums, and it's understandable because he's going through his darkest times, talking about going to therapy a lot recently, and how the fame's just getting to him. He doesn't like it, not happy.
See, a song that I think would fit good in this album is Mansion. Because Mansion talks about his mind.
No.
His mansion's in his house.
Mansion fits on Mansion just because Mansion's about mansion.
I know, but it fits in with this. If
We have different views, man.
Pow, 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 ga, ga, ga. That's what NF said.
Play returns real quick so I can kick you.
So I can punch you.
I think it's my favorite album.
This is definitely my favorite album just because it seems like the other albums. I mean, Mansion was a smaller album. Each album had 2 more songs. But this seemed like it had less filler songs on it. Like when he says he put more time into this album, the most work, and with Tommy Prophet saying he worked the hardest on this, you can really see it because the other albums, it just seemed like they had the main songs and then there was a couple others that didn't really relate to the whole album. This album has all the songs kind of relate and go off different pieces of his mind, basically, and what he's thinking.
So this is my number 1 album, I think, right now. I think Perception. I think it goes backwards. I think with each album he's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which I mean,
honestly, in my mind, I like this album, Perception, Therapy, Mansion. But there's like songs on each album that like, okay, this is one of my all-time favorites. But I'm just saying album-wise. This is it.
Only reason I don't like Mansion is because of how does it go?
First of all, turn the music up.
Turn the music up. Rebel in my hand. It's like I got wings.
Rebel in my hand. He was still trying to figure it out. He was feeling himself.
And then
it's like he was making songs like that, carefree, and then he started to get famous. He's like, man, I hate myself. Like, I think
he wrote The Search because of Mansion.
There was a song in this one. He was like, for 2 weeks he's been tossing and turning, couldn't sleep, thinking he could do like this thing better. He's probably thinking, turn the music up. He's like, man.
And motivated.
Oh, motivated.
I'm motivated.
We're laughing, but like we love it.
Yeah, we love
it.
Like honestly, if someone started playing "Turn the Music Up" right now,
there's just some songs I will not play in the car with a group of friends.
No,
like what are you playing?
No. Oh man. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
But overall,
10 out of 10.
I honestly can't rate this album just because you can't really relate. Like,
True.
like, how would, I mean, just because he put all of his emotion into this and all of his work, you really can't rate what someone, like, it's basically rating someone.
I mean, if I rated it, I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
I would, if I had to
But
give
yeah, I
it a rate,
understand you. I
I'd give it,
understand you.
yeah, I mean,
How can you critique someone's,
like everything.
depression?
How can you critique it, someone's everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, NF. I'll see you in Pittsburgh.
September 12th.
Can't wait.
Can't even see your thumbs up. You're all the way down here. But, yeah.
Yeah. Last minute thought, what do you think you expect on the next album? It's a long time away, but
I'm expecting my previews that came out 4 years ago. Still have not got.
those are gone, man.
And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm about to pull up the one that I want.
I heard that life's too short, don't let it pass you by. We waste a lot of time crying over wasted time. It's not about what people think, it's how you feel inside. My biggest failures in life and knowing I never tried. Look at the world from a different angle. People change, even Satan used to be an angel. Think twice before you biting on the hand and major. Don't believe what you believe just cause it's how they feel. I just wanna vibe right now, right now, right now. Vibe right now, right now, right now. In the sky with the angels. Yeah. I just wanna vibe in the sky with the angels. Vibe in the sky with the
I need that. And then his old tweet, I think it was like December of 2015. I quoted it today because I quoted a year ago today. And I said, yo, Nate, why did you not think this was good enough? And then it's gonna start in like the middle of it. But, right here.
He just wants a woman that supports his dreams. Say that she'll respect him, give him all that he needs. Yeah.
And then,
Those are good.
where is that one located?
The one? I wanted the one.
Yeah, the one.
I don't think we'll ever get the one.
Like, I thought he was gonna release it just because
It's literally a minute of it. Like,
no, it's like a minute and a half,
minute and a half
because
release.
there's different clips of it, and then there's like the actual
Yeah.
produced version, and there's so many others too that are all amazing. But it's probably just because I'm a fanboy. I don't know, and he probably doubts himself. I wonder how many songs he actually has like written and made, but doesn't want to release them. I don't know why people do that. Like when I make a video, I upload it as soon as I wouldn't be able to have all these videos, but
But for the next album, I expect since this is The Search, depressed, I'm hoping he figures some stuff out, gets a little happier, and the next album's a different mood change into like kind of like happier. This is called The Search, and maybe the next album he can rap about, sing about stuff he's found.
the found.
Well,
Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell, and we'll get you in the next video.